Ladies and gentlemen, wanderlust enthusiasts, and fellow globetrotters, welcome aboard the thrilling journey of the Bubblehead Talks Vacations podcast. Get ready to fasten your seatbelts as we embark on a virtual adventure filled with travel tips, upcoming vacation events and deals, and riveting travel reports. Hosted by the one and only travel guru, Dave Bryant, the Bubblehead. This podcast promises to be your ultimate guide to exploring the world and making the most of your wanderlust. So, let's see where the bubbles take us.
In this episode, I'll walk you through essential cruise planning tips. We'll cover how to research and choose the best cruise line and itinerary, the critical documents and preparations you need, and packing tips to ensure you're ready for anything. Plus, I'll share some insider advice on making the most of your time on board and staying safe and healthy during your trip. Hey travel enthusiasts, do you feel lucky? Because we have an incredible opportunity just for you. Are you dreaming of the Emerald Isle? Well, dream no more. Enter for your chance to win a fabulous 5-day Ireland vacation with CIE Tours, and let us help you experience the stunning beauty of Ireland. Imagine yourself exploring lush landscapes, ancient castles, and charming villages with your favorite travel partner. From the majestic cliffs of Moher to the vibrant streets of Dublin, every corner of this enchanted country holds a new discovery waiting for you. This is your chance to immerse yourself in the rich history, culture, and breathtaking scenery of Ireland. Whether you're walking through the picturesque countryside or enjoying the lively atmosphere of Irish pubs, this trip promises unforgettable memories. Don't miss out on this amazing opportunity. Enter and win a 5-day Ireland vacation for two by July 14th, 2024. Simply visit the link on the screen or go to bubbleheadvacations.com/contest to submit your entry. Good luck, and we can't wait to see who the lucky winner will be. May the luck of the Irish be with you. Hey everyone, it's Dave Bryant, the Bubblehead, back with another exciting episode of Bubblehead Talks Vacations. Well, it's great to have everybody back and everybody listening. Had a lot of viewership since we were able to get this thing fired back up. Really appreciate each and every single person that pays attention, downloads us and listens, watches online. Really appreciate it. Make sure you share the news on that, and we'll get more into some ways we're going to reward listeners here later on in the podcast. But if you guys remember a while back, it's been something we've been planning a while. We've got a big family and friend cruise happening starts July 6th on Carnival Mardi Gras. There's a big giant cruise ship. There's going to be a large amount of us on board representing Bubblehead. It's to celebrate my 50th birthday and celebrate my 25th wedding anniversary. So we kind of throwing a big shebang, if you will, on the cruise ship. And it's just a few weeks away, and we're in full-blown planning mode for this group. It's really made me hone in and think about things that are important when you're packing and things that you need to do before you go and do that cruise. So I can't wait to share with you, and that's the gist of what this podcast is going to be about. One of the things that we're most excited about to do on Mardi Gras is just the variety of activities and the dining options on board. We've been exploring the different excursions options at our ports of call and trying to decide which ones to book in advance. Researching these options has always been, it's always fun to travel and try new things, but it can be overwhelming with so many choices. Won't say we're overwhelmed. I will say that some people in the party are. That's what I'm here for, is to answer all the questions and help plan this thing out. Another aspect we're focusing on is making sure we've got all of our paperwork in order. This includes checking passports. One of the things a lot of people don't realize, and we'll get into it more with passports, you got to make sure that expiration date is within 6 months after you depart. It's a big deal in all this. Travel insurance, other documents you're going to need, birth certificates. If you're traveling on a birth certificate, make sure you have a government ID, that the names match. It's crucial to ensure that everything is up to date. Don't want any last minute issues. You invest a lot in a cruise, and we've been discussing what to pack and making sure we don't forget any of our essentials. We've also been looking at dining options on Mardi Gras. There are a lot of awesome restaurants on Mardi Gras, and we're planning to try a few, from casual eateries to fine dining, something for everyone on this ship. We've even made a few reservations for specialty dining experiences that we're pretty excited about, don't want to miss. Additionally, we're coordinating with our friends and family to make sure everyone's preferences or needs are taken into account. We had a big Zoom call earlier, about last week, after we had recorded the last podcast. We're able to sit with everybody and just talk about the things that they feel are important, which includes discussing shore excursions and a plan of how we're going to do those, onboard activities and dining arrangements. It's been a lot of planning, but we're excited to share this experience together as a group. Lastly, I just finished mailing all the prizes out for our Welcome to Connecticut contest. It was a lot of work. I love doing that kind of work because as I'm packing these envelopes and putting these prizes in mailers, all I'm thinking to myself is I hope someone enjoys what it is that we're sending out to them. Now, that contest is over. We'll have another one in December. We always run a 12 days of Christmas, so everybody can pay attention around Christmas time. That'll be a lot of excitement going into that. But if people who get prizes, all the winners, would just let me know that you're enjoying it, take some pictures, share that online, I'd really appreciate it. And let's dive now into cruise travel planning. Last week, we talked about family vacation destinations, and today we're narrowing that down to cruise vacations. Given that I'm in the midst of planning my own cruise and a lot of other people's cruise, it's a perfect time to share some tips and tricks I've learned along the way. But a quick reminder to join our Bubblehead Vacations Voyagers Facebook group. It's a fantastic community for sharing tips and getting advice on all things travel. Set sail on a new adventure with the Bubblehead Vacations Voyagers. Be among the first to anchor in our new Facebook group, designed specifically for the Bubblehead travel enthusiasts, just like you. Help us chart the course. Share your stories, dreams, and the best-kept secrets of the traveling world. As we grow, so will the perks, exclusive content, direct travel support from yours truly, the Bubblehead, and first dibs on special offers. Be a part of the foundation of a community that's going places. Join the Bubblehead Vacations Voyagers today. All right, everybody, welcome back. Make sure you check out that Facebook group, Bubblehead Vacations Voyagers. Great place. Not trying to post in there every day or so, but just trying to give travel tips, trip reports, all kinds of cool stuff in there, and the community's growing, so make sure you get in on that. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of planning a cruise. Here's my top 5 tips for first-time cruisers. These are the things you want to make sure you do if you've never been on a cruise before, or if you have, maybe this is a tool for the toolbox when you go plan your next cruise or think about it. First thing I'll tell you, and it's almost anything these days, you can watch a YouTube video, get anything, but you want to research online, right? Number 1, research online. Start with some online research. There's a wealth of information available. Now, you have to weed through the good and the bad, and that's where a guy like me, a travel agent, can help you out here at Bubblehead Vacations. I can help you weed through what's good to look at, what's not, and I can help you get what you really want. But make sure you're looking at reviews from other travelers, detailed descriptions of itineraries, and helpful planning tools. Websites like Cruise Critic and TripAdvisor can be particularly useful. I haven't had a lot of luck with TripAdvisor helping me plan it. Cruise Critic, you got to watch what you read there, but they are good sources for you to go for. You can look at forums where you can ask questions and get advice from experienced cruisers. I will tell you, Bubblehead Vacations Voyagers Facebook group is a good place to go if you're looking for some advice on planning a cruise. Take the time to read multiple reviews. Try to get a well-rounded understanding of what to expect and things that are going on. There are a lot of videos. If you want to go to YouTube or if you want to go to TikTok, there's videos and vlogs that can also provide a lot of great insight into what life on board a cruise ship is like. Always special when you get different points of views. It's amazing. I could go on a cruise, and this summer when I'm on a cruise, I guarantee that my children in their 20s are going to have a different experience on that cruise ship than me at 50. But it probably won't be that different because I'm young for my age, but we're going to do some things. But like I said, the different perspective, make sure you're looking at that. And then always, like I said, you can always reach out to me, bubbleheadvacations.com, or any of the stuff in the show notes to get a hold of me. I don't charge for advice, and I try to answer as much as I can. You can also hit me up online, direct message, or even you can just put it on my Facebook page. I'll gladly answer questions. I don't mind answering questions at all. So, number 2, and I've said it, but work with a travel agent. The best way to ensure you get the perfect cruise is to work with a knowledgeable travel agent who can match your desires with the right cruise line and itinerary. I will tell you, I will spend as much time as you want to spend trying to get you on the right cruise line, because there are a lot of different cruise lines. and then also get you on the right cruise, going to the right places, doing the right things that you want tailored to you. That's where I fit into this space. Is there is a ton of information and availability of things online. My job is to help you focus down and get you right where you want to be. A good agent will have insights into the best times to book, potential discounts, and can provide personalized recommendations based on your preferences. They can also assist with special requests or needs you might have. Travel agents often have access to exclusive deals. Trust me, I did an immense amount of traveling before I became a travel agent. Some of the networking I've been able to do since I've become a travel agent has just opened the world of things and deals I can help you find if you just contact me and let me help you. And they can also, that's me, help handle all the booking details, making the process much smoother for you. You can get some headaches and serious brain pain trying to figure out what to do. Let me filter through the fluff. Let me help you get exactly what you want. Let a travel agent help you do that. The third thing we're going to talk about, and I talked about it a little bit in the intro, is important documents. Make sure you have all the necessary documents. I will tell you, if you're planning a cruise, and the earlier you can start planning is the better. But by 8 weeks before that cruise, you've really got to make sure you've got all the documents you need for that, especially your citizenship papers. Passport is going to be the most preferred way for you to travel internationally. The cruise ships will sell you need a birth certificate and ID. I will tell you that can get tricky at times. Have a passport and help you fly, help you get through the airport security, help you get checked into a cruise or your all-inclusive resort. Passport's where it's at. That being said, check if you need visas for any other countries you'll be visiting, especially if you're traveling international. Normally, if you're going on a cruise line, is going to take care of all that for you. It's also a good idea to make copies of all your important documents. I'm not saying they're going to accept at check-in a copy of your passport, but if there's something was to happen to your passport, you have a copy, that will help you at least sell the case that you are who you say you are. Make sure you keep the copy separate from the original. Don't forget to bring your cruise booking confirmation, travel insurance details, and any other necessary medical documents. Having digital copies on your phone or on a secure cloud storage can even be handy in emergencies. You want to have all that stuff readily available. A lot of that stuff is kind of self-explanatory, but just having that handy will help you get through the cruise. All right, so we're through 3 of our points now. We're on point 4. Point 4 is packing tips. Roll your clothes to save space. Bring a light jacket for cooler evenings. I will tell you, the day can start out warm. You're in port, ship moors early in the morning. You're out on the beach all day. You get a little sunburnt or get a little bit of sun. You come back on the ship. Sun goes down, ship pulls away to go to the next port. You get that breeze. You're going to wish you had a light jacket. Packing cubes can help keep your luggage organized. Don't forget essentials like sunscreen, a hat, and comfortable walking shoes for excursions. A small backpack or tote can be handy for carrying items you'll need during the day. Remember to pack any medications you need and consider bringing a small first aid kit. It's also a good idea to pack a reusable water bottle and some snacks for short excursions. I will tell you, hydration is a big essential to all this. You'll hear me talk about it when it comes to everything. Once I up my game as far as drinking more water, a lot of health problems went away. We can have all kinds of conversations about this that has nothing to do with travel. But all that being said, make sure you've got something that you can do to help you stay hydrated with food in you, especially you go out on these excursions. You can find yourself thinking you can do all these things. You really need to get some stuff for energy. The last thing is the cruise line app. Each cruise line these days has got an app that they've gotten really good at developing, worked a lot of the kinks out of them. The big thing is if you cruise like me 20 years ago, you'd get a sheet of paper and it was multiple pages and you're trying to figure out where everything is to do on the cruise ship. Nowadays, you can look at an app and it's going to have an activity schedule, and you can just, and my advice to you inside of this, number 5, is think to yourself, what are the 3 things I want to do today? And then just make those 3 things happen. If you sit with that activity sheet and try to do all of it, wife and I went on a Carnival cruise. I want to say it was 22 years ago now. We got overwhelmed and we tried to do every single thing on board. And by about day 2 of that cruise, we were fed up with cruising. We were fed up with everything. And it was at that point we realized, why aren't we just focusing on the things we want to do? We don't have to do everything on board. And that made things way smoother for us. The apps also include features like daily schedules, restaurant menus, and even messaging services to keep in touch with your travel companions. Make sure you get familiar with that app before your cruise. You're going to want to have it for check-in. The cruise lines are going to want to see your check-in pass on your phone to get you on the ship. So just make sure you get really comfortable with that before you get on board. The app can also help you manage reservations and stay up to date on changes to the ship schedule. That's if you're an excursion and you're curious as to making sure you get back there on time. You're going to make sure you got that all straightened out. But there they are. Those are our 5 tips. Research online, work with a travel agent. Number 3, important documents. Number 4, packing tips. Number 5, using the cruise line app. Those are some essential tips to get you started with your cruise planning. Now, let's take a moment and talk about hashtag Bubblehead Tags contest for June. Share your best cruise photos and memories on social media. We're everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, LinkedIn. Give me a hashtag Bubblehead Tags. We'll pick somebody who shares a photo or something with Bubblehead Tags for some prizes. You'll see that I posted a picture today of a tour we did where we pulled into the port in Belize and they set us up. So my wife and I, lady was like, "Can we take your picture in front of these, they're faux Mayan ruins in the port?" We were like, "Yeah, that sounds great." And while we were there, these 2 warriors came up and like basically fake like they were going to attack us. And we got absolutely scared out of our minds. And the people taking the picture got an unbelievable picture of us frightened to death. At the time, I didn't think it was very funny. Now when I look at that picture, it does make me laugh pretty hard. But I put that up, hashtagged it Bubblehead Tags. I want to see what everybody else has got for great pictures. Anyways, here's more info about that. Hey, travel enthusiasts. We have a fun and easy way for you to win a set of 2 exclusive Bubblehead Vacations luggage tags. All you have to do is share your favorite travel photos or memories on social media using the hashtag Bubblehead Tags. Show us where you've been, your dream destinations, or even your best travel tips. By using this hashtag, you'll be entered for a chance to win a stylish set of Bubblehead Vacation luggage tags. Perfect for your next adventure. It couldn't be easier. This is an ongoing giveaway, and we'll be drawing a winner each month. For example, we'll draw the winner of May on June 1st. So keep sharing and tagging your travels. Thanks for participating, and don't forget to follow us for more exciting travel opportunities and giveaways. Happy travels. All right, welcome back. Hey, so continuing our cruise planning tips, let me get these headphones on real quick. You know, I take a break normally about halfway through the podcast, and I always forget to put these headphones on, but you guys will probably recognize that, but I did get it on. So, hey, continuing with our cruise planning tips, here's some very essential tips for us to continue with. The first one is my best packing tips. Besides rolling your clothes, be sure to pack versatile outfits and a light jacket for cooler evenings. Bring a mix of casual and formal wear. If you cruise, includes formal nights. There's a lot of theme nights in these cruises. You can research online what the theme nights will be potentially on your cruise, but there's always going to be at least 1, if not 2 formal nights. Sometimes you can get into it, sometimes you don't. Up to you. If you did want to get into it, make sure you dress to impress. The next thing, packing a power strip or a USB hub for charging multiple devices, as cabin outlets can be limited. Normally there's 1 or 2 outlets. Just make sure you have something that allow you to plug multiple things in there, because we're all have lots of devices and they all need to charge. Don't forget to pack a swimsuit, cover up, flip-flops or flippy-floppies for poolside relaxation. I will tell you, when Nicole and I cruise, we normally spend at least 2, 3, 4 mornings at the pool to start, kind of a place to unwind for the night before, or the night before. It's also helpful to have a waterproof bag for excursions involving water activities, right? Yeah, they sell dry bags that you can put stuff in, keeps everything dry. Include a small laundry bag for dirty clothes, and consider packing some travel-sized laundry detergent if you plan to do any laundry on board. I have not done laundry on board, but I know people who have. It is an option. Making the most of onboard time is tip number 2 here. Plan your days by picking 3 must-do activities and using the Cruise Lines app to keep track of the schedule. Take advantage of onboard activities like shows. I will tell you my experience of cruising, which is going on 22, 23 years of cruising. We've always been able to find some nice, cool shows. The last cruise memorable show I saw was an Elton John tribute show. The pianist who was doing that was amazing. Fitness classes and workshops. As you guys know, I'm training for Dopey in January. I'm already running To maintain that level of fitness, I actually go to the gym on the cruise ship, get on the treadmill, elliptical, something on top of my normal weight lifting stuff that I do. And there's all kinds of workshops. You can learn how to fold towels into animals. You can do all kinds of cool stuff that you've always wanted to do. They also have lots of games you can take advantage of. So don't be shy. Go do the things that you pick and that you want to do. Which is right to my next point. Don't be afraid to try something new. Many of these cruise lines offer unique experiences like cooking classes, wine tastings, or even rock climbing. Explore the ship on your first day to familiarize yourself with the layout and locate key areas like the dining room, pool, and entertainment venues. Make reservations for any must-do activities or dining experience as soon as possible because the popular options will fill up quickly. Point number 3, safety and health precautions. Always wash your hands. I will tell you, if we learn anything through COVID, proper hygiene will go a long way as far as keeping germs to yourself. Avoid eating from untrusted sources and stay hydrated, especially if you're going to do shore excursions or if you're going to try and explore a little bit by yourself or off the beaten path, if you will, in any of these ports that you might pull into. Just be smart about what you're taking from people. And then I talked a lot about being hydrated. That's a big thing. Now, being mindful of seasickness, consider bringing motion sickness medication or C-band wristbands. My wife swears by C-bands. They've really helped her out. Familiarize yourself with the ship's safety procedures and attend the mandatory muster drill on the first day to know what to do in case of emergency. If you do not go check in at your muster station at some point, you will not be able, the ship will not get underway. So there's no, maybe I'll think about it. No, you've got to actually go. Lastly, pace yourself and get plenty of rest. There's often so much to do that it's easy to overextend yourself. Like I talked about, Nicole and I on our first cruise completely overextended ourselves. We realized it mid-cruise, but adjusted, and things got way better after, and that's why we're still doing it this many years later. Remember to drink plenty of water, especially if you're spending time in the sun. Use hand sanitizer. Pay attention to any health advisory from the cruise line, and follow their guidelines to ensure a safe and healthy trip. So before you pull into any port, these cruise lines do this big welcome to the port briefing or seminar the night before usually, and they will cover some of this stuff. If you're worried about that kind of stuff, you can definitely go to that night and get briefed up on what to do and what not to do in the port you're going to. Budgeting and managing expenses. Cruises offer a lot of inclusions, but there are also plenty of additional things you can do for a cost. Make sure you have a budget going into your cruise. Make sure you don't overextend yourself and get yourself on the back end of the cruise trying to figure out how you're going to pay your tab. They will not let you leave that cruise ship until you've settled. Some cruise lines offer drink packages or dining packages. They can be a good value, but just make sure they're smart for you. Do the math, do some research, talk to an expert in cruising like myself. Keep track of your spending using the cruise line's app to avoid any surprises at the end of the trip. They will update whatever charges have went to your room during the cruise in the app. You can actually see how things are going. I check it every morning because I worry about somebody like stealing my ID card or whatever and using that to charge. So I'm always making sure it's stuff that we've done. So budgeting and managing expenses was number 4. Number 5 is managing shore excursions. Research and plan your shore excursion in advance to make the most of your time in each port. Decide whether you want to book through the cruise line or seek independent tour operators for potentially more personalized experience. Me, myself, I always prefer booking outside of the cruise line. Now, you have to make sure that you understand when you have to be back on board the ship that day and that your cruise fits inside that, especially if you're booking outside of the cruise line's excursions. I have personally seen the cruise ship pulling away from the pier as people are running up because they did not do that very well. And if you get left behind, you're not going to be able to board that ship again at the next port normally. Your cruise is done at that point. You might as well just go figure out how you're going to get back home. And hopefully you have a passport to do so. Remember to pack a day bag with essentials like sunscreen, water, hat, comfortable walking shoes. It's all a good idea to bring local currency if you plan to make purchases off the ship. In my experience, nowadays, most places will take your dollar. Although having foreign currency is a good idea if you're going to spend much time abroad in a foreign area. In this instance with a cruise ship, I would just tell you, you don't have to have the currency of whatever country you're in. The last one, we did 6 on this one. 6 essential tips is stay connected. While cruises are a great way to unplug, you might still want to stay connected with family, friends, or work. Check the internet and phone packages offered by your cruise line. Some ships have Wi-Fi available through the ship, while others might have designated areas. Consider downloading any necessary apps, books, or entertainment before you embark, saving on your data package. If you need to make phone calls, check with your provider about international plans to avoid hefty roaming charges. I will tell you, I'm always on call, being a travel advisor. I always have the Wi-Fi package. I had a cruise last summer where I was actually planning for 2 different families doing 2 different Disney World trips while I was on board. Wi-Fi is that reliable out there if you make sure you take care of it on the front end, and then you don't have to worry about when you get on board. But just make sure you do that. The other thing I will tell you is when we're in foreign ports, I've always worked it out with our cell carrier, and it turns out normally a lot of the places that I've been on via cruise, they treat it like the United States. So just check with them before you go there. So there they are, the 6 tips, essential tips, in addition to the ones earlier that we need to have going into your cruise. These tips make your cruise experience smooth and enjoyable. Speaking of enjoyable experiences, don't miss out on our 2025 Bubblehead Kickoff Cruise. I will be leading another cruise, just like I'm leading this summer, in January of 2025. It's January 3rd through the 6th. Nice short cruise. What's cool about this one is if you're somebody who's very hesitant, never cruised before, it's literally 3 nights. It's a weekend. You're going to board the ship on a Friday. We're coming back on a Monday. It's out of Port Canaveral. You can fly into Orlando, catch a ride out to Port Canaveral, get on the ship. You'll have me there to personally advise you on things. Any questions you have, I'm going to be right on board to help you out. And then we can have a blast kicking off 2025, not to mention the time of year. I don't know about you. Holidays always stress me out. Not that we have a whole lot of family and things these days, but I will tell you, I still get excited, or I don't know if excited is the right word, but stressed out, if you will. And I booked this cruise with the idea that this is the after holiday, go kick back and have a good time cruise. Not to mention for me, it's going to be the 3 days that I start my taper before I work that dopey challenge in the next week. So that's why I scheduled it, and that's what I'm looking forward. We're celebrating with all the Bubblehead family. So all the details are coming up. Stay tuned. Kick off 2025 with an unforgettable Bahamas escape with me, the Bubblehead. Join us on a 3-night group cruise with special rates, seamless planning, and amazing activities. Sign up for more information at tinyurl.com/Jan20. Book now, and let's start that adventure in 2025 in paradise. Well, about that time to wrap this thing up. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been able to get these things out to about 30 minutes, which, if you listen to some of our earlier stuff, getting out to 30 minutes was a difficult thing. I've gotten a little bit more comfortable doing this. Take that milestone and that attaboy while I got it, slap myself on the back and say, hey, I was able to get 30 minutes, or trying to get consistently 30 minutes of content into these podcasts. But it's Dave, the Bubblehead here. Remember, a vacation is meant to be fun and relaxing. Plan, enjoy the journey, and make the most of your cruise. We've covered essential tips today. Start with online research, work with a travel agent, ensure all documents are in order, pack efficiently, and use the cruise line's apps. Plan your onboard activities, follow safety precautions, budget for extras, and stay connected when you can. Remember, join our Bubblehead Vacations Voyagers Facebook group. It's a place where we try to develop a community and really celebrate as a Bubblehead family. Share your cruise photos, or any vacation photos for that matter, with the hashtag Bubblehead tags to be able to win some Bubblehead luggage tags in our contest. And then come join me on a cruise January of 2025 before I do the dopey challenge. You can check that out at the information provided here, or look in the show notes. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on social media for all the tips that we leave there. Remember to take a deep breath, and let's go see where those bubbles take us. Hey, have a good one.
And that, my fellow adventurers, wraps up another exhilarating episode of Bubblehead Talks Vacations podcast. We hope you've enjoyed the ride, but the adventure doesn't end here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and catch every episode from Dave the Bubblehead. Share your travel tales and experiences with us too. Connect with the Bubblehead on social media and be part of our amazing travel community. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, every journey starts with a deep breath. So let's see where the bubbles take us.